Well, hello. I am here on the internet. It's time for popcorn chicken. Elvin's not here. Chris isn't here because one's in Jakarta and the other's in, I don't know, French people or something. But I came in and I commandeered Dee's room, and I brought Michael with me, who broke
What?
into Elvin's room.
What up?
Hello.
Who
Oh,
says you need to collect figures when you can just, break into someone else's room?
yeah, exactly. A little casual B&E.
Right?
And Rasper, we're here. It's okay.
Yes,
All
we're
right.
here for you.
Yes. So how are you, Michael? It's been so long.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yes.
No, it's been good. I'm very excited for to watch the movie coming up. I have plans for this weekend. Actually, a lot of people I know have plans this weekend to go watch the movie. Yourself included, I hope.
Maybe twice.
Oh, ooh.
Who knows? I don't know. Anyway.
Alrighty. Well,
So
thanks for everyone for joining us.
yeah. So
Um,
keeping with the tradition, Elvin always does the This Week in Hollywood.
all right.
So
Lay it on me.
I'm gonna attempt to do that. So today, July 25th, year of our Lord, 2025. Guess who was born today?
The
James the First, King of Scots. He was born in Dunfermline Palace in Scotland.
Oh goddamn! I was gonna say Matthew McConaughey, but I was way off.
No, more
I was gonna
important.
throw a name out there.
Yeah, no. So he was born in 1394.
Oh wow.
Guess when he died?
The 1450.
Close. 1437.
No, okay.
Yep. And we also got this one, everyone's favorite. Kiyomasa Kato, Japanese warlord, born today in 1562.
Very good.
About him. I'm big fan of his work. We got 1404, Philip, Duke of Brabant. He was born in 1404. Can you believe that?
Can we try to narrow down to this century, perhaps?
Yeah. Or Casimir the Restorer, famous Polish nobleman who was also the Duke of Poland, was born in Krakow this day in 1016.
I have been educated.
Yeah. Actually, really the only person who I could find that matters was Matt LeBlanc.
Oh, hey, happy birthday, Matt.
Joey Tribbiani.
Yes.
And also Estelle Getty.
Don't know who that is.
The mom in Golden Girls.
Ah.
Yeah. Born in 1923. How old do you think Matt LeBlanc is today?
Calculating. When did I watch Friends?
Yeah.
Thinking back. 58.
You are so close. 57. Ooh.
Yeah, Rasper, we've been here the whole time.
Famous births on this day, like James the First, King of Scots, and yes. Kiyomasa Kato, famous Japanese warlord. Oh, another one. Where is he? Thomas Topian was born today, 1639. He's a famous clockmaker.
Oh, goddamn.
Where would we be without him? And
I got to celebrate. Happy birthday, Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, other famous events. Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis had their first inaugural show as the dynamic duo comedy team. Another famous thing that happened today in 1990, Roseanne Barr sang the national anthem at the Cincinnati Reds MLB game.
Roseanne, okay.
Roseanne.
Yes, Roseanne. Better than the best. Did you see the clip of the recent fumble? It was at a base MLB game. It was a horrible rendition.
Oh, really?
They brought this country singer on. She is a legitimate singer, but she was drunk, like really drunk.
As you are at baseball games.
I'm gonna send that to you later.
Okay. Let's see. Famous Sleepless in Seattle, starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, came out today.
Nice.
And this I didn't know, and was an interesting thing to look up. So there was a guy, Autumn Jackson, found guilty of trying to extort $40 million out of Bill Cosby. So they, yep. And today, also in 2018, Georgia Representative James Spencer resigns after being fooled into saying racial slurs on Sacha Baron Cohen's Who's His America TV series.
Doris Gutierrez, welcome.
Yeah, what up?
See, now you recognize me because you've seen me twice now.
Yeah. Now you're not like, fuck is this guy? So he's still in Elvin's house, still camping out there. Soon you get squatters' rights.
Yeah, I'm gonna remember this, Gutierrez. Like, who this foo? I'm right here, man. Yes, and Elvin will be back eventually.
And now let's move on to deaths on this day. No. I've only got one, and it's kind of it's a family tale. It's got some highs and lows. Do you remember Land Before Time?
Yes.
Remember how they switched out the voice actor for Ducky?
I don't.
That's because the 10-year-old was shot, and so was her mom by their father.
Oh no! Oh no! Well, I was again too young. I don't know how old you were when Land Before Time came out, but I would have been too young to recognize a voice actor or actress change in a kid's cartoon. So, I mean, if you pinpointed that, great.
It came out in 1988, the first one.
Yes,
but I have a little sister, and she watched the ever-loving shit out of that. Right. So I watched probably the first 4 hundreds of times. Yeah, it's actually like a really fucked up story where like she was doing great. She was in All Dogs Go to Heaven. She did a bunch of voice acting that came out after.
Wow. I'm getting a throwback because you're naming all these like really old movies and cartoons that we grew up on.
Yeah. D, what do you think of that? Yeah,
it's all right. We're gonna have to fill in the voices here.
As a sound clip.
Did she die? According to Justin, yes.
Real bad.
Yes.
10-year-olds, as we nope, not gonna make that joke.
Nope.
10-year-olds are pretty sensitive to gun violence.
Yeah.
She didn't make it. Anyway, that's this week in Hollywood.
Hey. All right. So the hot topic for today, well, I'll let you lead because obviously I'm more of a guest at this moment. Where you want to take this?
So, I mean, we're obviously going to be, as you can see here, and
somewhere there, yes,
and up there. We're going to be talking about Wolverine and stuff.
Yeah,
and kind of theorizing who's going to be in it, who's confirmed already to be in it, and who we would want to see in it. So if you have any suggestions in the chat, then let us know. If you're excited to see a certain person or stoked about a leak that you heard, we'll go over some leaks because it's all kind of hearsay at this point.
I'm curious who in the chat is going to be watching it tonight. Like a midnight release or something. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at some early reviews, and it's quite mixed. Cowabunga Dude's going to be watching in the morning. He's going to do a Friday morning matinee. Sure. Who needs to go to work when you can watch a movie?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing some mixed reviews on the movie, depending on your favorite review site. But if you look at Rotten Tomato, it's actually gotten quite a nice score, and 96% audience and 80% of the critics.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
really
rated
great
quite
on
high.
something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you feel about Rotten Tomato as the golden standard versus any other critic reviewer. Do you have an opinion on it?
I mean, what did they hold on? This is I will just say this as my generalized statement. Um they gave Willow, the TV show, an
Yes.
84%.
That well, I mean, for those that haven't watched Willow or watched the Popcorn Chicken episodes about Willow, I do recommend you go check it out, and then promptly erase it from your memories.
It's so bad that Disney managed to do the impossible and erased it from the internet.
Yeah,
Seems a bit high. Cowbunga, you seemed a bit high when you suggested us watching
it
that.
was Cowabunga who suggested Willow.
Yes, that's why we make
Ah,
fun of him daily.
I was wondering because like where did it fit into our narrative? Um, yeah, Gutierrez, you're gonna watch it tomorrow. Definitely do, but don't spoil it for us. I'm sure we're gonna talk about it next week, or Elvin's gonna want to do a review on it. Actually, I mean,
But,
if D watches it, I'm sure you guys can talk about it on the Monday show.
yep.
Yeah, yeah. Otaku Gaijin, welcome. He's
And
gonna have
also, like 231 people watched Deadpool and Wolverine so far as the reviewers
yeah,
or the critics or whatever.
yeah.
Only 70 watched Willow,
Oh,
and
well,
over 5,000 for the audience score, which is,
right.
I mean, it's at a fairly high, given in I've seen every episode and talked about it at length. It's
Yes,
at 65%,
right.
but it wasn't good.
So,
But it wasn't bad enough to be so bad that it's good.
fair enough. Have you had a chance to look at any early reviews? I'm hearing a lot of different things about the Deadpool and Wolverine, where it's less on the plot, more on a huge like fan service.
Mm,
Just bringing Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman back together, like nobody thought it was going to happen, and then it was teased it was going to happen. It's finally here, and
yeah.
they like I have obviously neither of us have seen it yet, but it feels like they're just using it as an opportunity to just like segue into introducing a lot of characters into the MCU, but there's no actual plot to it. It's hard to take it seriously, which I guess for a Deadpool film you can't really take it seriously in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I really went into watching the first two for being like, what's this gonna do to the MCU and the universe and story? I was just like, I want to go see Ryan Reynolds cut people's heads off and say fuck a bunch. And they
Kids
delivered.
kids in the 80s love Willow. Well,
Yeah, I love the movie. The movie's great. Okay, Otaku, have you watched the TV show?
while Otaku writes a response here, um,
And also, I'm a kid of the 80s. And I say
no,
it's bad.
wait, you're not born in the 80s,
I was.
are you?
Yeah.
Damn, I always thought you were a lot younger than I gave you credit for.
Oh,
Fair enough.
so
Okay,
the cigarettes and whiskey that kept me looking good.
yeah. So some of the other critic reviews I was reading, like out of the three Deadpool films, they're saying that Deadpool and Wolverine actually ranks third, the worst of all the Deadpool movies thus
I could see
far.
that.
It's hard to say, I guess. Okay, so between Deadpool 1 and 2 for yourself, how would you which one tops the two? Not much
Um,
of a choice there, but you know.
I don't know. I would say they're all. You can't. They scrubbed it from the internet. You can't watch it. You can watch the movie. Movie's good. Go watch the movie. But then Christian Slater shows up in the TV show again. And that's the best part. But yeah, you can watch if you want to get super drunk and like every time you cringe or go ugh, take a shot.
Yes, Elvin is avoiding talking about Army of Darkness. I know you mentioned it on the Monday show, Rasper, but you're gonna have to grill Elvin on it when he gets back. Actually, Elvin, what do you think about Army of Darkness?
But I don't know. I don't know which one I enjoyed more because like obviously we got kind of the introduction, balls to the wall, violence, and really good third or fourth wall breaking, lots of good jokes, lots of good writing.
You're talking about the first movie, obviously.
First one, yeah.
Yes, the
and
first
the second
Deadpool.
one, it kind of just like took all of that and we're like, all right, now we're gonna actually keep going with everything, but also have just really, really good, clever jokes at making fun of the executives at Marvel and Sony a bit and Disney or whatever, and just they didn't have the budget to get all the X-Men, and then they open a door and they're all in there.
yeah. Well, especially the end credit scenes, like retcon. Sorry, that's Deadpool 2, where they kind of retconned.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds' existence.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Cowabunga, dude. I am a little worried as well. That's why I skim reviews so I don't get spoiled as much.
Mm-hmm. Well, like we know that like Elektra's in it. We know Gambit's in it. We know Blade's in it. We know Toad is in it. We know X-23 is in it. We know, Dogpool. Obviously, Colossus, Yukio, Negasonic, Sabretooth. And Wolverine's in it.
Oh, shocking. Who would have thought? It seems like they're introducing a lot of variants though, right? Like it's not the original, it's not the current MCU cast of some of these characters that they're introducing.
No. Well, because Gambit, it's Channing Tatum allegedly, which was like a fan favorite casting years ago when rumors around that were going around, like in the early or late 2000s, I think.
Yes. But X-23 is the same actress from Logan.
Yeah,
right. So it's the same actress from Logan. So
and also from Acolyte.
I didn't know X-23 was an Acolyte.
Yeah, she's
talk about a Disney, Marvel, Star Wars mashup.
Yep, she gets stabbed 3 times.
Yes. I mean, so anything we're talking about, guys, here isn't really. Hopefully, it's not too much of a spoiler. A lot of these have been confirmed or already shown in various trailers at this point. But yeah, it's quite the all-star cast. So it's going to be hard to see how they're going to bring it all. Because if you didn't grow up knowing who Blade is, Wesley Snipes playing Blade, or you don't know who Elektra is because you didn't watch the '90s Marvels. Yeah. How are they going to introduce these characters in a meaningful way to the new generation that you can get like some backstory before they just fade into non-existence? How are they going to handle that, right?
Yeah, if they're going to just like have them as a cameo and be like, look, he's in a portal, and then he just kills him. Like, is it just going to be constant like jangling of the keys?
Is it just gonna be Nick Cage in The Flash, where his one CGI Superman cameo,
his potato faced or his Play-Doh faced cameo?
Yes, but his luscious hair. Don't forget that. Right?
That was there.
Right. So I'm very curious to see who are they going to introduce where they're going to become like a staple of the next generation of MCU, versus who is going to be a variant, so that they can change the current narrative,
or they kind of keep going with the tongue-in-cheek method of just like, this doesn't really matter. Like, you don't have to read too much into it. We thought of a cool story, and it's gonna be a fun movie, which is what the first two movies were.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's
I'm
not
hoping
super
for that
important
too.
to canon, and especially because they've got the TVA involved in like multiverse and all that shit. They're not going to be like, oh, this means that during this time, this is the timeline they're in. And like when the first trailer or pictures were coming up, people were like, oh, well, that means they're in this universe, which is like fun and cool. And
Yeah.
it's neat that we get to do that again instead of just like, oh God, what are they going to do now? I'm tired of multiverse shit. But now it's like, oh, okay, well, it's fun now, and it doesn't really matter, but we can have fun with it and enjoy it.
Yeah. And apparently Henry Cavill's gonna be a Wolverine variant.
Sick.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I mean, there everyone gets to put their name there. Yeah, I was in the Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Was it Matt Damon, right?
Yeah.
In Thor Ragnarok, his one cameo appearance, where
Yeah.
like you don't even acknowledge that it's Matt Damon, but he gets a cameo appearance.
Well, same thing with what's his name? James Bond, the new one, the blonde one.
Well, which one though? No Time to Die. Sorry,
No, like Casino Royale.
Spectre. Yeah. Well, are you talking about the name of the actor?
Yeah.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig. He was
Yeah.
in Rise of Skywalker.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the stormtrooper that walks in and when Rey is all locked up and she's like, you should leave your gun and you should leave. And he's like, I should leave my gun here and go away now. That was Daniel Craig.
Your kid. Well, but he was. You don't see his face, do you?
You don't see his face, but that's his voice. And he was in the suit and he confirmed it. He was like, I just wanted to be in a Star Wars. I didn't want to be a person. I just wanted to be a stormtrooper and say it was cool.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes. It's like, okay. Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of celebrity cameos that we don't really think about. They'll just show up in a one-off again, like the whole Nick Cage showing up in the Flash. Like, you just wouldn't if you didn't even know about the reference, it wouldn't make any sense.
Because it was like, well, here I'll find it. It was just like
in it as Hell Rider Rasper. I mean, that'd be an interesting way to introduce Hell Rider into the MCU. It's possible. It's possible. What do you think?
These were hold on,
there's talks that Chris Evans is going to come back, not as
Johnny
Captain America, but back as Johnny Storm. Yes. Fantastic Four, for those that don't remember, Chris Evans has actually been in the Marvel scene before he was Captain America.
So these were the proof of concepts when I think it was Tim Burton who was going to do a Superman. And these were just like, oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, Tim Burton right there.
Yes.
They were just like doing some screen tests, and then it didn't go through. And then you got the Play-Doh face. That looks like more like Scott Stapp from Creed.
Yeah. But it was a nice nod, right? It was a nice like homage to something that never happened.
Yeah. Right when I saw the spider, I lost my goddamn mind in the theater because I was just like, "Oh shit, Nick Cage is gonna be in here."
Yeah. Jon Favreau is confirmed back as Happy Hogan. So again, like this is really going to be that tie into the MCU, and it's a bit of a cop out, the whole like multiverse concept of that a lot of movies and genres are doing these days, where it's like, all right, yeah, we can introduce anybody we want, we can retcon the story because it's multiverse now. I mean, Loki season 2, all the timelines are can I swear on this show?
Moderately.
Right, but like, yeah, all of the timelines are crisscrossed now, so anything can happen. But it's gonna be interesting. Sorry, was there any other reveals or leaks that you've been tuning into regarding the movie? I mean,
apparently Matthew McConaughey is going to be in it.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
He's now. Who do you think he would? He's good at playing Westerners or Western kind of people.
Yeah.
He's a cowboy Deadpool.
Yes. So he's probably going to be a
Probably.
variant.
Yeah.
Well, anyone who's watched the most recent trailer, there's a lady Deadpool, right?
Yeah, that's
Played
his wife in it.
by it's just played by Blake Lively. Like, why not? Sure. Like, yeah, it's so it reminds me of the first Spider-Verse Into the Spider-Verse
Yeah.
movie, you know, where there's like, hey, let's just introduce all these Spider-Man variants. Why not, right? It's a great idea to get them all onto a film, you know, like back to nod to the old comics, but
Mhm.
um is there a point where it's too much?
I don't know. It depends on how it's handled. Because again, if it's done kind of tongue in cheek, like if the entire movie is essentially the end credit scene of
Yeah.
Deadpool 2, where he's just going through and just like cleaning up things that people were mad at, like um Deadpool in that Wolverine movie, and also him, or yeah, when he was writing the script for Green Lantern. Like if it's done that tongue in cheekly, it could be good, but also could get tiring easily.
For sure. That's an interesting idea, Mr. Anti-Idiotic. I mean, with the latest Spider-Man movie and nobody remembers him anymore, it kind of opens the door now, right? Where it's what did it ever happen in the comics? Was there a universe where Kitty Pryde and Spider-Man were together?
I
I
believe
can't.
so.
I know there was fan fiction. There's fan fiction of everything, so
Yeah.
you know, take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, I mean, if they're going to introduce X-Men, then why not, right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see where they take it. Um,
I put in Kitty Pryde, Spider Man. The second thing that came up was fan fiction. The autocomplete.
Hey, ship it, right? You know,
Yeah,
if
exactly.
they're gonna be a good duo, ship it.
Yep.
Oh, in the Ultimate Universe. Okay, so that's totally something we
That's
can bring
valid.
to the MCU. Why not? Why not? Now, do you think that what's going to happen in this movie, Justin, is going to be canon? Is it going to translate to what's going to happen in Brave New World, the new Captain America movie? Because that comes out in February next year, right? So whatever happens in this movie, will it be canon to the storyline? What do you think?
I think they obviously, well, I mean, if John Favreau's in it, he obviously had a hand in it, and he's probably listed as like executive producer or something.
Mhm.
So they probably will have some bits where they will line up, but again, because they're doing multiverse so hard, I I think that kind of gives them a license to do whatever they want. And then if it doesn't meet up with canon, just be like, whatever, it's in a different universe and we're having fun and you laughed. So who cares?
Yeah.
So I think there'll be a couple things where like I don't think it'll be like major story beats, but like I don't know, maybe a character here or there interacting with somebody being like, yeah, okay, that lines up to this.
Well, um, because Marvel's very known for connecting, or at least like making references and nods to the previous films, where you know. I guess, like you said, like it'll kind of connect those dots loosely. Where if you didn't watch them, it's not a big deal, but if you did, it's like you
Yeah.
know, I remember from Iron Man 3, you know, that came out in what 2015, so some X amount of years ago at this point. But like, yeah, so we'll see. I mean, there's also talks right now of the cancellation of a lot of characters, particularly from Phase 4,
Sure.
right? Because as you know, Phase 4 did terribly.
Yeah.
Um, and it's going to be interesting how they handle that. How do you explain the disappearance of a character, or do you just give him like a very minor role from there?
Or you do the Iron Man 2 or whatever where they completely just recast somebody and they're just like, yeah, whatever. And they like made a reference and like kind of poked at it and then they were just like, "I'm here, just deal with it." And then that's the last time anyone. They were just like, "All right, that's it."
You're talking about Don Cheadle, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. How yeah, okay, yeah, we'll just pick another black guy and it'll be fine,
yeah.
right?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm here to deal with it. And it was like, "All
Yeah.
right, sure."
I mean, Don Cheadle's great, so
Yeah,
yes. But there's still so many avenues that haven't been connected, so many dots that haven't been connected yet, like Moon
yeah.
Knight.
Hmm.
What happened to Moon Knight?
It didn't make enough money.
But I thought it did quite well, did it not?
um,
I mean, compared to She-Hulk, come on.
sure. And Moon Knight was pretty good. I remember because we reviewed it on this.
Yeah,
Um,
I enjoyed Moon Knight.
let's see. Did Moon Knight do
Oh,
well?
it definitely did better than She-Hulk, right?
Yeah, no.
There's also talks right now of whether we can get a Hulk universe eventually. Isn't there a comic series like the World War Hulk or
Yeah,
something like that? Where because now we have the Red Hulk introduced. That we actually have four. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Four different Hulks now in the MCU.
yeah. We got
Um,
Mohawk Hulk, we got Lady Hulk, we got Green Hulk, and we got Red Hulk.
yes. Wait. When you say Mohawk Hulk, you're talking about Scar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Shang-Chi is another one from Phase 4. I enjoyed Shang-Chi a lot, not
Yeah,
because
okay.
I'm Chinese, but because I'm Chinese, and it was good. It was a very good representation. But
Yeah.
I thought they like so. I don't want to see these films dropped. I really don't. But I know that Phase 4 didn't perform well, so
Yeah, it didn't do the nearly as good. I mean, the first kind of ramp up to Infinity War and all that, it was like the biggest thing that's happened in movie history kind of thing. And
right.
then replicate that again is
You, you,
borderline
you
impossible.
you can't, right? I mean,
Yeah.
Justice League tried, and then Justice
Yeah.
League extended cut tried again.
Yep. Oh, speaking of extended cuts, guess what just got released or is getting released real soon?
Rebel
Speaking of
Moon,
Zack Snyder, the
Rebel Moon,
director's
right?
cut extended edition of Rebel Moon.
Yes, yes. Why I don't know, but
Because Netflix is like, whatever, just put it out.
yes.
We don't have anything coming out this week.
I have a pull out on my channel where I fan cast Kitty Pryde in MCU and Kitty Pryde. I mean, yeah, we'll have to go check that one out.
See? Boom.
Yeah, yeah.
Ship it.
Why not? Let's just do it. There's a lot. I mean, so if we're gonna introduce X-Men into the MCU now, there's so many characters to bring in.
Well, they did that in Multiverse of Madness, where they had Professor Xavier come back,
Yes,
or Charles come back
yes,
as
yeah,
Patrick Stewart.
yes. Not Patrick Stewart as Professor Xavier. Professor Xavier as Patrick Stewart. Yes, yes, very very good.
Yep. That is the correct moniker of both of them.
Yes.
And then they had Jim from The Office.
John Krasinski. Yes.
Yep. He's now in the MCU. So The Office is now part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when are we getting the Dwight MCU movie?
Is it Rasper's asking? Is it the R-rated version of Rebel Moon?
It is. Even
Okay.
though Rebel, oh no, I think they downgraded the rating for reasons, and then he's like, "No, trust me, it's better when they can say piss and bleed everywhere. That'll fix it."
Right.
So, I won't be watching that.
So, what X-Men characters would you want to see first reappear?
Gambit.
Gambit would be good.
I'm legit excited if Pretty Boy comes back as Gambit.
Because technically, well, as of this point, thanks to Deadpool 2, we already do have the introduction of a few X-Men characters, at the very least Colossus, right? And man, I can't remember the name of the character. Super
Teenage Warhead.
Yes. Yes.
Rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, God. So like it's a good start. I mean, like, where can we go from there? I guess it's going to be interesting to see. What are you hoping for? What are you hoping for in this?
I'm excited to see Ray Park as Toad. So Ray Park, who played Toad in the X-Men, the original Fox ones,
Yeah.
aka the guy who was Darth Maul.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so he was Darth Maul and was part of one of the worst lines in movie history when Storm Halle Berry, yeah,
Yes, Halle Berry
was like, what happens to a toad when it gets struck by lightning? And he's like, she's like, the same thing that happens to everything else. Stupidest lines ever. One of those things. How do you know?
What do you mean I'm not Elvin? I sure look like Elvin.
Yeah.
Hang on.
See, he's there. And look.
There, yeah. Oh, look, there's Z.
He's here too.
All right.
I was gonna try and teleport myself into Chris's room, but I didn't.
So
yeah, Magic would be cool.
Magic is probably one of my favorite mutants, and I would love for Anna Taylor-Joy to enter the MCU as well. Who produced the New Mutants? I can't remember now.
Oh,
was that FX?
No, it was.
It was Fox, wasn't it? It was probably Fox who produced. Because that also introduces a whole line of characters, and yes, they could cross over as well. But yes, Magic is definitely one of my favorite X-Men characters that I would love to see. I mean, how about you, chat? Who do you want to see introduced in this movie that's gonna release tonight at midnight at your local theaters? And if you go watch it tonight, don't spoil it for us because yes,
yeah, it wasn't FX. It was 20th Century Fox.
Yes.
Disney, I think. It had 4 nominations. For what?
No.
Oh. For the Saturn Awards.
For
and the HFCS Award. High functioning I can't think of a C word other than the C word. And the Golden Trailer for the best thriller poster, and some French thing for Anna Taylor-Joy.
Did you hear about these like wild rumors though? Like there was one where they're saying like, "Oh, Taylor Swift might be in it."
Oh, but, yeah.
Yeah.
She was rumored to play Lady Deadpool.
Yes, but Ryan Reynolds did come out and speak against that. But
yeah, it was like, no, I'm giving my wife a paycheck.
Hey, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But he did say that there's gonna be other surprises in store. It's gonna be interesting to see. Like there was so much. What was great about the marketing with this movie and the build up is like there's so much discussion, right? There's so much speculation. It gets everyone talking, and that's great. We haven't had that in a film in a Marvel movie in quite a while, right? Where like, I don't know what's gonna happen, right? Like probably. I think I know what you're gonna say. The last time
we really gave a shit about a Marvel release would have been
Spider-Man.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Like Spider-Man No Way Home had so much like.
Oh yeah, No Way Home. Yeah, that's right.
Right, like there was so much like, oh my god, are they in it? Are they not in it? I think they're in it. They were in an interview. Like, they're gonna be in it. Is Tom Holland gonna spoil it?
Well, yeah, exactly. They put a muzzle on Tom Holland because he's so garbage at keeping secrets.
Right. So like since
So now
that's
we know Tom Holland's not going to be in this movie
right, because
because
he would have spoiled it.
he's been on multiple interviews and stuff. Oh, speaking of interviews and stuff, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman were just on Hot Ones today.
Oh,
Yeah, it just got released. I haven't watched it yet, but
okay, we'll have to watch that afterwards. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been this excited for a movie since Spider-Man 3. Well, MCU Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Yeah.
And with Andrew Garfield
didn't
and
like Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire.
yeah, no. I enjoyed every version of Spider-Man. It's just different, right? Sometimes it's hard to look back on older movies because modern CGI and filming and techniques just it doesn't hold up as well.
Yeah, when they're especially in that era where they're wanting to do most of the CGI or most of the action non-practically, and then because they have the budget for it, and then you look back 5-10 years and you're like, wow, it looks like MS Paint.
Yeah, like I look back on the first Avengers movie and I'm just like, wow, like this is kind of crap.
Yeah.
Compared to every other Avengers movie that came after it. So
yeah. When they started doing photo scan realism for a lot of the stuff. Well, and then too, like, then you look at like the Marvel TV shows, and they look like the movies, but then they don't in the same frame because the CGI doesn't have the budget. So then you're just like the juxtaposition is real obvious sometimes.
Yeah. Well, Darth Gutierrez wants us to keep going because he's trying to avoid spoilers. I guess we'll have to go and spoil it for him. I don't want spoilers. All right, Kiwi, A&R man, he's gonna show up in the MCU universe. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Confirmed. Why do you think we got these brilliant? Where do you think we got the budget for these brilliant backgrounds from that Marvel money?
The 2000s main problem and solution was irreverence. I feel like you may have misspelled a word there, Kiwi. Try that again and come back to us. Like, are you trying to say like perseverance or irrelevance? No spoilers. All right, Gutierrez, no spoilers. That's okay. I don't want spoilers. Like, I'm gonna avoid social media. I'm gonna avoid social media this weekend. It's gonna be toxic, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. And that's the other challenge these days. Trying to not spoil it for yourself before you even get to the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want soothing?
Do I want
How
soothing?
about this? Is that better? Is this soothing for you? Yeah.
Sup? I'm glad. I'm glad, Gutierrez. Glad you're happy having me on the show. I may not show up all the time, but I guess if you see me, it'd be a pleasant surprise. See if we can like ASMR this.
No, it's A&R.
Yes, I spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kiwi's spelling is rubbing off on you.
Kiwi, you should go watch it this weekend, and then you can go and spoil it to the relevant parties before they get a chance to watch it.
Yeah, go see it on your own time, and then start spam texting Elvin with it.
Yes. I wonder if Elvin's gonna watch it while he's on vacation.
He said he's gonna try, but his wife's not gonna let him, probably.
Basically just means fixing source material.
Oh, well, yeah, because they didn't really care about canon. Nobody cared about canon in comic book movies until Avengers. And then people started taking it seriously because it became a billion-dollar corporation.
Right. But at the same time, comics in themselves always retcon themselves. Right? Fixing. Yes. Fixing the source material. But it depends on which source material. that's the problem with the MCU. Like it is a cinematic universe. It's their own universe, so they can change the source material however they want. It doesn't have to be faithful, but a lot of diehard fans are gonna want it to be faithful, and I think that's one of the major challenges here, right? I guess if you're gonna ask someone like Elvin, is he gonna be like, oh yeah, they're gonna change the gender and skin color of this character? Now it's woke. It's like, well, it's its own universe, right?
Yeah.
So I agree and disagree. Like I love when things are faithful to what you would expect, especially if you grew up on the comics and things like that. But
Yeah.
sometimes it has to adapt to the big screen or adapt to the narrative that otherwise wouldn't work. Where's White Vision?
He is in damn it, where's the joke? He is in a Star Wars show in December.
Yes. There's still so many connections that yeah, I was just thinking like how many other characters that have just
Oh wait, no,
disappeared
actually,
from the
let's show up
MCU.
in the not Wanda. What's the
Agatha?
yeah, Agatha.
Yes.
Might show up in that.
He might. Actually, when does Agatha release?
Like next week, I think.
September 18th. So
Oh, next
shortly afterwards.
more than a week.
Yes. So same question then. Is anything from this movie? Probably not. Probably not. Agatha
No.
is more of like a backstory to.
I'm still confused why like they planned. It must have some relevant. Well, like okay, so the reason why I don't think it's gonna have huge canonical impact is because A, they're doing a bunch of multiverse stuff, so that gives them license to do whatever they want. B, this wasn't planned like 10 years ago. Right? And
Right.
when they announced Agatha like a while ago.
Yeah.
So it's like there must be a reason why they wouldn't put Agatha or release Agatha right after WandaVision. If it has such major ties to that, which on the surface it does, but realistically they planned to have this released maybe not 2024 because the writer strike and then a bunch of other strikes and stuff in the industry, but then they still had it on the timeline as far as the release schedule fairly ahead. So
Yeah.
it must tie into like White Vision or other stuff that's going to be released. But I don't think this will have huge impacts in Marvel stuff.
Yeah. Do you think any of the current White Vision camouflaged in Antarctica? Kiwi, you're drunk. Do you think that any of the current generation, or I guess last generation Avengers, will make an appearance in this movie, in Deadpool and Wolverine? So whether it's going to be, well, who's still alive at this point, right? Like, is Chris Hemsworth going to reprise? Is there going to be a Thor? Will any of the Hulks appear? Will there be? There's rumors there's going to be some sort of Spider-Man. So
I mean,
maybe
they did show him in. Oh yeah. There was a variant of Spider-Man in the second season of Loki.
Was there?
Yeah, he was standing outside a bodega, and the name of the bodega was I can't remember, but it was like confirmed because it was like this redheaded girl and this white dude just standing in front of a bodega, and it was confirmed like, oh yeah, that's actually supposed to be like Spider-Man. It wasn't like a known actor. I think it was the child of somebody's.
I'm trying to look this up now. Again, anyone in chat can confirm whether Justin is crazy or not. Like, was there a Spider-Man cameo in Loki season 2?
Hold on.
I'm going to need you to fact check that for me. But well, so in the trope of Deadpool, you know who's going to appear? Wong's gonna appear.
Yo,
Wong has
get
been in
BD Wong in there.
every single Phase 4 TV show or film,
Mhm.
right? The mystic arts is definitely gonna be part of it. Like Wong is such a great character.
Yeah.
Like, why not just throw every character into this? Just for the hell of it, just to see what happens.
That might be crazy about the Loki thing. I can't remember which one it was. It was something recent. And then they came out and they're like, "Yeah, that's a subtle nod." And of course, looking up Spider-Man cameo isn't gonna.
Speaking of who we think might appear, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out our video, we actually just published a top 10 of who we think might appear in the movie releasing tonight. So you go check that out for our thoughts. Let us know if you agree.
Tell us if
But
we're wrong.
say again.
Tell us if we're wrong.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you'll find out in less than 24 hours whether we were right or wrong. But hey, we're all entitled to our opinions. Like, maybe
Yeah.
maybe I wanted that character. I hoped, I willed it, I manifested it.
You manifested it in.
Yes. Just like how you're telling me Spider-Man was in Loki too. I'm just gonna tell you that, what do you mean you didn't see Invisible Man?
Yeah.
Yes. Invisible Girl? Crap. Invisible Girl.
Or the
Played by
cameo.
played by Jessica Alba. She was totally in the movie. You didn't see her?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hard. You should go watch it again. Give Disney more money.
Yes. I was actually very surprised. I was looking up tickets to go watch the movie this weekend, and the theaters are not selling out. And
No.
whether that's just because we moved into this generation of streaming, but I thought this would be a hot film. Like, I'm
But
surprised.
yeah, actually, like Friday, Saturday, you can still get tickets for. Let's see. Maybe not the bigger theaters, but
You're just deep in thought there. You kind of stopped mid sentence. I was waiting for you there.
maybe not the bigger theaters today. Let's see. Oh, they're doing it in 3D. Ooh. All right, let's go 3D, 9 p.m. today. Landmark Cinemas. What we got? I'm not gonna make an account. Continue as guest.
What are you
What?
trying to look up? You got to keep the audience engaged. Come on. This
The
is your
ticket-
show.
Tickets, Deadpool, Vancouver.
How about you guys in the chat here? Darth, Cowabunga, do you guys have your tickets purchased already? Like, I was going to pre-buy tickets, but then I went and looked at the seating charts, and I'm like, oh, there's like 90% of the theaters empty. Like, I think I can just wait. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be super sold
Like,
out everywhere.
Exactly,
But,
right?
I mean, it's
So-
a good. And to be fair too, like Dune 2 was the same. Like opening night, you could still get tickets.
Yeah.
So,
But
that makes sense.
is that just a generation change, or like, post pandemic, like people
Maybe it's
just
just Vancouver doesn't give a shit about movies.
yes, maybe it's just us, maybe it's a local issue.
We're the
But
problem.
I'm very curious to our listeners if you guys did have to pre-buy tickets, and like, was it selling out? Like, I was worried, and I'm like, wait, no, it's not going to sell out. I'll just go buy tickets on the spot. I don't want to register an account just to buy tickets.
No, not giving Landmark Cinemas my home address.
Are you going to go watch it at Landmark?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I'm not like Elvin, where he's like, I have to go to this one. I'm gonna go to whatever VIP section lets me drink in there.
I think when it comes to marketing material, like, again, like, it's been a while since a Marvel film has had this level of marketing and hype behind it, where there's multiple trailers, like guest appearances, or just like custom, like these like fun custom short videos that features Deadpool and Wolverine that they didn't have to do at all, but they did it anyways.
At the Super Bowl, didn't they?
Yeah. But if you're to go look up like videos that they did, like there's a lot of ones that are not a trailer per se, but it's like just a fun video that they filmed.
And the popcorn bucket meme where they just took the Dune one that looked like an orifice, we will say, and then just ran with it, made Wolverine's mouth a
hang on. If you guys haven't seen this, we have to show this.
If it's there, I'm buying
it. 1 second, folks. 1 second.
And then the Xbox controllers where it's just Deadpool and Wolverine's butt.
Yes. Who wants to buy this popcorn bucket? It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I mean, yeah. I think the irony is, if this really came out, it would sell and it'd be on eBay like the next day. That's an interesting one. I don't know. I never got into the hype of popcorn buckets because once you're done with it, it just sits there, right? Yeah, it's a collector's item, but
then they got the Xbox controllers.
Yes, that is Canada's ass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Australia's ass.
And Australia's ass.
Yep.
Xbox has released these promotional controllers. They're one of a kind, unfortunately, because I know people would buy this shit up. I found out that the butt is actually just a magnetic plate.
Yeah.
So you can still use it, and without ass cheeks in your fingers, stopping you from poning noobs on COD or something. But you can actually just remove the back plate. So that'd be cool.
I'm seeing if anyone on like Thingiverse. Oh yeah, they've already done it. If you go to Thingiverse, you can already 3D print your own ass onto it. Onto an
very
Xbox
nice
controller.
It looks so. The proportions are off, but the idea is there.
July 22nd. So this came out 3 days ago. Probably the same day somebody just modeled this. Maximum effort.
Yes.
You've seen the new cheeky controller, but didn't think you could find the one in stock. Look no further. I'm surprised he's giving it away for free.
Why not? Share the love. Someone's definitely going to put that on their controller and tell their friends, I won the contest. And it's like cheap knockoff.
Yep, you could. Yo. That's a controller holder.
I love it. It's crazy what you can 3D print these days.
Oh yeah.
So
there.
I'm excited.
Yep.
Are you excited?
Quite.
Yes. I've labeled you as Team Wolverine. I'm Team Deadpool. Now, no spoilers, but I'm pretty sure only one of them is going to survive this movie.
And we've watched them both die.
Yes. But my prediction. My prediction. One of them will not survive this film. And it is a way of separating the character from the franchise, or the actor from the franchise.
For the second time.
For the third time. Because Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine was already like a big deal, especially for us in our generation, right? But it's already been said that whoever takes up the role of Wolverine in the future is not going to be able to do it the way Hugh Jackman does it. It's going to be they're going to have to do it their own way, right? Yeah. So it would be nice if well, I don't want to say they killed him off. Like think like Robert Downey Jr. at the end of Avengers, right? Like he's not coming back. He's not coming back. That was his exit.
Or Hugh Jackman in Logan.
Yes. Different timeline.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey,
X-23 is in it, so it's gonna pop up.
Yes. Hey, I mean,
That
Days
timeline.
of Future Past happened, right? So
That's
time
true.
travel is a thing. But either Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool or Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine, I feel like one of them will get killed off.
Mm-hmm.
That's my prediction. Just a prediction. That's one of them will get killed off at the end of the movie, and the other one will carry on in throughout the MCU. And I think Deadpool will win. Hence why I'm Team Deadpool.
Yeah.
Team Deadpool.
No, I think that's valid because I think the only reason why Hugh Jackman came back to reprise his role was because it was very much like this has nothing to do with canon and it'll just be fun.
Yeah.
It's not we're gonna poke jokes at you being old and that you already died once, and we're gonna make fun of the fact that we're technically breaking canon by bringing you back, but it's a different universe, but none of that matters.
But does Deadpool still have that time travel device he got from Cable?
Oh, you mean White Bishop? I think well that's the whole premise of this. He still has that. That's why the TVA gets pissed and they're like, yo, you can't keep fucking up time like that.
That actually makes sense. That actually makes sense. I actually didn't piece that together. Clearly I haven't been paying attention to the trailers.
Yeah. So that's
it's
TVA shows up.
That makes sense. But it's fun not knowing, right? Ignorance is bliss. Now, is it the TVA post Loki 2, or is it old TVA?
It would have been before. I don't know. The wibbly wobbly time warpy thing, I stopped caring once it gets to this bit where it's just like, is it pre or post? And it's like, whatever. It's an infinite loop. Time isn't a big truck. It's a series of tubes.
Yes.
There's a reference for 90s kids.
Yes. In the birthday season as inconsistencies. So they're gonna have to prune the timelines?
Yeah. Well, they hire him. So they're not just like mad at him. He kind of like does the Loki thing where they're like, you need to come help us prune variants.
That would actually make a lot of sense.
Because like the end credit scene in Deadpool 2, they're just like, yeah, can you just do that more? Where you were pruning all this bullshit that we don't like? Let's do that. That's your resume. You're hired.
All these dead characters. Hang on. I'm having trouble understanding 15-year-olds. Yeah. No dad. No Skibidi toilet. It's the only reason all those dead characters were in the birthday scene. Which birthday scene? Am I missing something? Do I need to go watch the trailer again, Kiwi? Did I miss something?
Let's pop it up right now.
All right. Okay, we're gonna end this show watching the trailer so we know what the heck Kiwi's talking about here. Bear with us, everyone. Bear with us. You know what's funny? I saw Dee's hand in your background. I thought it was your hand.
Shut up, internet. All right. So
Colossus.
Yeah.
Who else? Oh, wait, yeah. Wait, there's an alien guy that was killed off in the wood chipper.
And also Hank or whatever his name is. So he obviously went back in time to when everyone was alive. And that's why the TVA is pissed at him. Also, do they not all kind of look like Ant-Man?
They do.
All right.
What's up with that?
It's the Ant-Man thing where they it's a crossover with G.I. Joe.
Oh. Makes sense, actually.
Yeah. So they steal his hair. So that hair is dead because it stays in that timeline, and then they prune the whole timeline. Deadpool is simply the reason all the people. Oh, yeah. The reason all these people are alive is for film consistent or inconsistency.
He's gonna break the fourth wall. I see.
Yeah, because he was like, I'm Disney Jesus or Marvel Jesus or whatever.
Yeah.
Boom. See, Chris Evans has a cameo. He's on a TV screen. Little cinematic view. Yeah, and then he goes. But
Wonder-
also,
I'm the
yeah,
Messiah.
isn't Kelsey? Hold on, which?
Kelsey Grammer? No.
Oh, I thought that was Beast right beside him playing poker or whatever. Marvel Jesus.
Oh man, I haven't seen trailer 1 in a while, so I forgot about it. That's right.
I'm very excited for another
Tactical reloads.
Yeah, tactical reloads.
Oh,
Oh, and
God.
that's the guy from Fallout.
Oh, okay. I actually thought that was from Legend of Korra.
Whatever, close enough.
You know the guy who takes away the bending by using blood bending?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. All right. I am excited. I am very, very excited. Yes, very, very unique compared to other films.
Yeah.
I'd like to wrap this up.
All right, fine.
I'd like to wrap this up. How are you doing?
Wonderful.
Oh, that's great to hear.
I'm gonna eat some pasta, I think.
Fantastic. Fantastic. That very Deadpool choice, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on our pre-movie discussion. We're very excited for the movie to drop in, 4 hours?
Yeah.
Now let's see how quickly it'll show up on certain super legal sites. But,
At your friend's house.
Yeah. But tune in Monday. So, I mean, yeah, if you and D want to discuss it on the Monday show without Elvin,
we might do like a spoiler-free.
Yeah. Tune in on Monday for the A&R Geekly show, and see if we can get some spoiler-free takes on it. And we'd love to hear everyone's opinions on what they thought of the film as well, and whether it holds up to critic responses, whether it holds up to how you would love the previous Deadpool movies.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right, internet. Say bye, Michael.
Bye, Michael.